Howdy, humans. Y'all think I look like I walked out of the woods, stole a porch chair, and decided to stay for supper? Well, butter my biscuit. That is exactly the impression I was going for. I am the American Bobtail, a rugged, wild-looking cat with a short little tail, a loyal heart, and a history that belongs somewhere between a desert road, a campfire story, and a banjo tune. But before anyone whispers, "Is that part bobcat?" let me stop you right there. I am not a bobcat. I am not half bobcat. And I am not your uncle's fishing story with whiskers. I am a domestic cat with one of the most unforgettable looks in the cat world. My story does not begin in a palace, a temple, or a fancy European breeding room. No, sir. It begins right here in America. In the late 1960s, John and Brenda Sanders were traveling in the Southwest. While they were in Arizona, they found a brown tabby kitten with a naturally short tail. He looked unusual, almost wild, but he was friendly, and quicker than a catfish slipping off a hook, he won him over. They named him Yodi and brought him home to Iowa. That short-tailed kitten became the foundation of what would eventually become the American Bobtail breed. And almost immediately, the legends started rolling. People saw Yodi's wild bobtail look and said, "Well, I'll be. He must be part bobcat." It made a mighty fine story. A desert kitten, a wild-looking tail, a mysterious beginning. Whoa there now, don't get ahead of your whiskers. The truth is better. The American Bobtail's short tail came from a natural mutation in domestic cats, not from a bobcat cross. Later, breeders worked with domestic cats that had naturally short tails, building a breed that was healthy, friendly, and unmistakably different. Now listen here, sugar. The American Bobtail may look like a wild critter that wandered out of the pine woods, but underneath all that rugged charm, we're softer than butter melting on hot cornbread. We're built stout, heavy for our size, coats a little shaggy like we've been out chasing lightning bugs, and a tail that looks like it's got a whole backroads legend tucked inside it. We don't just walk into a room. We saunter in like we're checking on our own property line. But don't let the toughest hickory look fool you. We're porch sitting, people loving, move your legs, darling, that's my spot now, sweethearts. We latch onto our folks like a burr on blue jeans. Playful without tearing up the place. Confident without strutting like a rooster. Independent without disappearing like smoke off a skillet. Good with kids? You better believe it. Good with dogs? Long as they mind their manners. Curious about every door you close? Honey, that's our God-given purpose. And don't you dare confuse friendly with dull. Not by a country mile. I've got frontier mischief in my whiskers. One minute, I'm sitting in the window looking like a wise old mountain spirit. Next minute, I'm knocking over your sweet tea and getting my fool head stuck in a grocery sack. That's the Bobtail way. A little wild, a little ridiculous, a whole lot of heart. Breeders worked careful as a granny quiltin' on a winter night, making sure our short tails never caused trouble. Health first, always. The goal wasn't a gimmick. It was a strong, affectionate, all-American cat with a look that'll stop folks mid-sentence. And that brings us right back to the music of it all. If the Siamese is opera and the Persian is velvet royalty, then I'm a fiddle tune drifting off a front porch at sunset. I'm dirt roads. I'm campfire stories. I'm a cat who looks like I've got secrets from the woods, but really just wants to curl up beside you while you watch TV. My history ain't wrapped in silk or ancient scrolls. It started with Yodi, a scrappy little short-tailed desert kitten who changed the whole story. So when you see an American Bobtail, don't just stare at the tail. Look at the swagger. Look at the bright eyes. Look at that little bob flag waving like it's saying, "Evening, I run this place." Some cats were made for palaces, some for temples, some for show halls. But the American Bobtail, we were made for porches, road trips, rocking chairs, and songs with a banjo in them. And if you hear scratching at your door, that ain't the wind, sugar. That's me, ready to stroll in, claim your favorite chair, and act like I've been paying rent since last Easter. So scoot on over. This cat ain't visiting. This cat's fixin' to stay for good.